Meaning party in China, Tim Pacho.
I know the
party. I know the party more.
No, but
where were you? Where we were building the party?
Don't even say that one party.
No, but you don't know the party border.
I know the party.
You don't know the party border. When they jack incredible.
Who are bawumia to tell me a liar? Obi o campaign bawumia dia or a liar. You are campaigning for a liar. No, na tete one ka odi tro. You are more loose talker than I am. Who the mama quote is 25. Who was any mahama? Akufo no kwana mugu no. Akufo no. How dare you? How has that got to do with China? You say what powers are you don't want to even learn how to behave well. Loose talker like that. You know where loose talker is. Now we are coming. We are Bema. You silly, you very useless guy.
This is not about the two of you.
What nonsense? Pasiasa no MP da. Pasiasa no MP da. You call me a silly fool. Apua.
What for the Kufaro? What for the Kufaro?
What for the mahama? What for the mahama? What for the Kufaro? Yes, why very stupid? Apua me can wufi.
Abusuya mo kwaba e de bakofi countryman CTV na ene ohwe blows pa tebe e koso e wo studio a chese enya asem keto akra abusuya wo show kese pa e fe no ne krakra ene sei na eno ana eye blows bi akoso a chese ama manfo edwene ho a omo entiase na sei ekosi senti a eye blows yi ekopie mu e wo studio na listo well wo woni twa listo well ene eye Ali eye honorable Ali ono anomumienu ekohia mu honorable Ali eye former MP ema NPP ewo doma na eno anomumienu kohia na busua ensema kese bi akopie mu ho no na ohwe entokwawe ya na eye ntokwamienu a ne nyina no eye ensamienu hu anomode ebo mu achese enya asem keto akora yedi kan eye eniema a ekoso ewo Ghana hanom abusua ehun sem abeye buburuja momani twa se eye honorable Ali eye bawumia ebo yankasa na eno ana okoka ensem bi ede fa ho se ukọ NPP amonyekuo ni mu a ansa no bi bedi nkunim ebedi party nanim gise odi kan elusu eye abanansa so di elusu general election na de ebeba bi mu no osanso ewi ni yankasa na eno ana okoka asansem no eye listo well enso eba mu na ohwe se de osika asem se eno nti no opie no wo NPP mu a obetimi ma NPP party no edi nkunim na eno ana oka abakosem a wo NPP mu edi nana akufo adomu nyina ebeba mu na wo kan so a listo well so pese o chemu se ono NPP ni ma papa na no ye na enema bia na ekoso ono ema ni free NPP mu ekodi NDC a chese ono ene wabe NDC ni enti NPP ni ntimi nkyere no eye abakosem a eda NPP amonyoku na busia na wani behwe enye easy kra omo wie ye no eye na nsemu wo kaya eye dondromani mahama ede ne ho egbo eye Burkina president wa obekaya eno ho nsem be ye bebiri ema eno ntino ono bo ali be so kire se na nsemu ho US ede tariff bi ato eye Ghana so 15% bi na no ana ono bo ali be so kire mu se sa yonkofa na Dr. John Dramani Mahama any Burkina president no wontina US for ede sa tariff no ato Ghana so na no so de abusia eye listo well wantiase machese enye easy ewo studio ho chese eka to momento chese nyesa ankasa kese pa ene besi abusia yengongo tie ni nyina nyehwe ne ma ekoso ewo studio ne ba ya ba betie abegyan de sini na yenkomrai ba ye beto aso ha ye Kofi Kanchuma CTV
Eda bakosem guide anamboa. Yeah. As a political party NPP. Yamfo bia anko baako e ma ne wene da. So nim sa.
Okay.
Aduba anko baako. Olusuye. Ko for baako first olusuye. Another ba first olusuye. But we ba first olusu. Say if history is anything to go by. Actually say you win in 2020 elections are. And yes, you present the candidate all for the first time. So what I chat na say
because first time
so if you really want to win 2028 and yes the candidate be all for the first time and ko I say you dey obi a okwa wakobida and yes automatically we've lost the election in 2028.
Okay,
that's our history. And I heard the flip side of
but do one you no contest bill
okoba pe
one contest
bill olusu ye
na me say o contest flag bearership ni bill
contest bill
and lost
to Kufuor.
And Kufuor went
96.
Went in 96.
And so lost.
Went
and 2001.
So called first one and lost. Second
one
attempt. And then he said first one. But how did he perform?
And
Kufuor performance to lose the second election, the primary.
No, I'm talking about, you see, history. Me, some of us.
No, but history
I still believe, say, in fact, I'm not meant to have it. But I still believe, say, if I maintain a Dubai in 1996, because I won the election for us.
It's never true.
1996.
I believe it's never true. I believe. That is my belief. And so, as I think, say,
what was the key campaign message for Kufuor and another Kufuor campaign against the Dubai?
The same thing. I do want to lose to Tiafa.
He didn't perform well.
That or say you change the Dubai on about when one time am I. Where the Nako. Okay, I the famous. What about the Kujaswa?
No,
JH Mensa and the cancer actually Kufuor.
Yeah. During Kufuor's campaign, and to say it happened. Go for the record.
Anyway.
Well, I say, so some of us still believe, say, you maintaining a Dubai in 1996. Dubai will avoid the election. Okay. And changing Dubai in 1996 was the biggest mistake that delayed our victory by 4 years. one more election cycle. In the ministry of NPP, we are willing to.
So it's a lesson you think NPP must learn.
And then now, okay, the flip side of it. There no candidate in NPP. The coalition. Obi are worrying about NPP or call more than one. All candidates are history. Or call more than one. Akufo-Addo call more than one. Omo mama in the presidency am I 82 pe. Akufo-Addo. Obi call more than one. In this opposition when 2020 they say a crucial election. You must present a candidate. Either all called them producer than them.
Until now when said 2024 when they prepare quite no their
Yankasa Yakoya so our history.
You knew you were going to
No, we knew we were going to win. However, our history repeated. Until I can say the history should guide us.
Okay. Because that time now I'm born to now many used to wear so AC canopy. Time when I'm born for MPP. Many used to wear me AC canopy.
Am I
MPP.
And
we also understand how Niamasi call within the party.
No, but you can't discount to say that is MPP's history.
No, I'm not saying I'm not saying it is not about
you may have your reasons, but the fact is that MPP not win.
Okay.
And if history is anything to go by there, we're not going to do the election. If you want to win, you should not present the candidate for the first time.
All right.
It's as simple as that.
Mr. Akwaba.
We are saying no chronic ya, but I think says it me man credi ani mo bibia mu a ebema ye mama yo semo aye ye bibia ye hyehyɛ asoman no ebetimi aka no kra kyerɛ tumi na afa bibia akobɔkɔ sɛ obusa sɔfo a sɛ ye dan no sɛ nimdia me man nim tina yesi apini nimdia ni nyina so ye no kra de ye nim no na ye ntro otiase na ntro no ne sɛ opa akola obewu no fanishe pope botom sɛ ye ne destiny sɛ obewu no pope ntimi sɛ ewu no e osu ogu na de enye ba ko ne sɛ ye bema enada sɛ the minua say history no the party's history is something that I don't want to ever believe say should repeat itself what you say because it has become like from grace to grass.
What makes it alive?
What you say? Name party in China, I know the party more than you. Where were you? Where we were building the party?
Don't even say that one party in China.
No, I know the party more than you.
What happened? There people why? My MPP polling station officer. I've been constituency officer. I've been a regional organizer. I've been a national council member. What position have you held in the party? I've been a former member of parliament. I'm a current former member of parliament. What position have you held in the party? The first I was started chairman. And the brother.
No, be Obi Oshadi asi a we join. Anywhere we be dibu post one in party no. You don't know the party I'm talking about.
This is my credentials in MPP. Can't
I have none. But I know the party that.
And two man be chairman. Obi have my party officer that say be
o. Tukwa no advocacy ya soldiers no. Full soldiers no. Omunya post ni be da o. You know the party more than you.
No, but you don't know the party more than
I know the party.
You don't know the party more than when they jaka, me no jaka kra kawasem.
Jawab free ya na me say o party kra say we abanwa wo. Okay. Etino me che say the party history no. All two futrogu no. Just so that a bit favor bawumia no. That's not favor bawumia.
So I forget because bawumia.
What must say? You see, you can try and present a candidate in another way. A bit mama ni ho aya akono a chen send ye wo pesa wo ye no. President Kufuor enye sebi akwawe so no fa no de be ye mampani na we ka say President Kufuor 96 now okoye no say Nkedubu ahin de baya. How much was Edubu ahin's weight? Ewa ma yosemu a Edubu ahin no yede ni ko election 92 a okocho stolen verdict abra no ono an ntimi perform. Ya delegates who say no Edubu ahin no on timi to me ma. Yanko pe obi a sebi na koma wo form a sebi nso nyunu na fa ni panya nso hie. Sometimes original platform so how to Ayampia Tia Rollins ni man. How many votes did he get? How many votes did President Kufuor get? And I'm pretty forcing. I'm from extending to us all. President Kufuor gave a higher margin with an alliance with your friend is saying the Great Alliance.
What was the margin?
He got more votes than Edubu.
What was the margin? Tell us a specific question. What was the margin?
No, the point he's making is that President Kufuor's first time. When you have more votes than Adubahin's first time.
He beat Adubahin in primaries.
And went ahead.
And
to close the gap in
yes, and in his second attempt, won.
Patu.
What we are for elections, sir. What 38%? Who have a history? Is this something you should be hopeful about?
Obi or say, or only see how so many people change. But we made 38% in 2024 election.
No, you're saying
41.
So we so you are here lying.
You are here lying.
Somebody has had after 41.75. What he has said.
Consider what he has said.
What he has said when you 38%.
This one you 38%. Next one we are 28%.
I'm not lying. A liar.
Okay, so
you are even lying. You are not even credible.
Who are bawumia to tell me a liar?
You are not even credible.
Now one at the table.
Bawumia entertainment.
Obi a campaign ma bawumia dia a liar. You are campaigning for a liar.
Obi a we are going bawumia entertainment.
Yes, Obi a na kanim. Now no na tete wan ka auditro. Asuma better how can history how
Patu
lie. Pure lies.
Is it not true say NPP? Asuma kind say NPP our history ni say yemfa obi anko first one man win
established.
Is it established? So where is the lie in this?
Now, yeah,
where is the lie in
pure lies.
When you say where is the lie? Why not not come back
when you say
what's the truth? Why did not come back? That also say a lie. No, don't go. Also say a lie. But let's establish the story. Where the Pato, I came your indulgence with them straw. He has called me a liar on this. Minia,
you first
I made a specific statement. No, because I established it as a lie.
What is a lie?
Also, you 38%, and I put it to you there. We didn't get 38%. We had 41.75. So that makes it a lie. That makes it a lie. But what also me. Jamaican is a lie.
Yes.
So prove to me, say, which candidate since 1992 and people can debate that they don't first about winning. Tell me. So,
right.
You see, you're even a liar.
So we've used about 13%. I mean,
Bawumia never had 13%.
We can make progress.
Bawumia never had 13%.
We can make progress.
Bawumia had 41.75%. Whoever is saying say Bawumia had 13% is a liar.
Okay.
He lost and considered grace.
It doesn't matter. Obia lose election. Bawumia is the first person to lose election.
See what that history ni ho a. Quite cry President Kufuor fast win in 98. E wo sunyane. Ekufuor do we ma eno no okotena ho UK ma e pass penifo ko patch o ma ne me boa ma ne campaign mu Kufuor oba ye be ye campaign ma Kufuor ma President Kufuor e ba aban mu no. It tells how President Kufuor na onye sebi frefre kobo keke no nim de oye enti se wo ye politics a gina yie kan candidate ni wasempa so we will be there. But with the track record that Bawumia has, don't tell me that history is going to repeat itself when you know that it's nothing to right. What are you going to base on? What is Bawumia's track record? Say, economy and all can how much was dollar when he became the vice president and in charge of the economic management team? All that dollar no was saying. And now to forcing how to forcing when you vice president any Bank of Ghana any Sami Jamfi keke omupu omnipa miensa omu committee bo mu hebe bia dollar no
right
and etino mo candidate one semwa don't be very selective and make it look as if say cherry picking yan cover history emboa no yan try say be ma history no ayet say emboa no emboa no history no does not help.
Okay, so
only the tariff is a international trade barrier. I believe used to protect it among domestic industry. Some powerful people so use it as a measure to punish perceived enemies, especially during trade war. And I believe so they say third world country like us, you know, a source of revenue for us. Now I heard Trump and Ghana is some perceived countries he thinks they are enemies to the US and our slap for more. I think China suffered some, Ghana and other countries. But the question really is, why Ghana? Because but over the years, Ghana and US had a very good relationship. And we've never had this issue with US before. So the question is, why Ghana? Mahama.
Why?
The first, when I saw Shawole and he placed a ball, a tassel, and when Independence Square, I'm quite we are in trouble. Clearly, if a democratically elected president, Emma that tacit approval for ability to take over, US will not be happy with you. Go to Agua website. Now, all the reasons that they've taken countries out, Burkina Faso, Mali, all those countries are. And we know Mahama's relationship with these coup makers. But that's the very reason that tariff was slapped on Ghana. There could be no other reason. And the sad, they be able to have, no matter what you do, how you take power is important. Because a fruit of a poisonous tree, it's not poison. And I'm a because we've agreed in our principles that that's how you be changing government. And nobody, and you'll be say, oh, media, because the state has employed me, they've given me a tool, so me the tool who amount for our power. If you do that, you know, the international community will not be happy with you. And we know, say what is happening especially within the francophones in West Africa, the battle between Russia and France. Whereas the France want to take over former French
colonies.
Colonies. Indeed, these are some of the things. So when it happened, I'm not surprised. But I'm happy now the president is engaging. All because as part of this agreement, that
agreement we're in for now. But so if you're not my friend, to say me because only will be a yonko. Me yonko. Until obey me, time for. And I'm no soon me too, and I'm on beer, and I'm a siege and I be a quite tiawa. Sani Pacrono, which Miss catch them say, made in the duaphobi, and as Miss me pay favor. Now also they are breme, and I want me to meeting up wow. Say me punish me for being friends with your enemies.
Yeah.
Sani Panoano, also pay favor. And I say, oh yeah, do you come to me?
That's US for you. US.
And the president has played it smart.
No, he hasn't. Yeah, I'm coming there.
Okay.
The US has no friends.
US has interest.
What is it? US, even if you are his arch enemy, nobody you sue, either pursue interest, and US will do. They'll tell you, there's a foreign policy.
But Semenso, me who knows sign out here. Nasa also audio interest neighbor. Namen so me radio on who meet me radio on who interest no. And so the pay interest being so free. My smart haven't I?
I'm coming in time. That's what I'm saying. So in the first place, you wouldn't have gotten there. That's the argument I'm making. So what I say, that visa restriction on the buy in the first place. Senya Mampayi Mahama marriage with these coup makers now. Can you get there? Because there's no way we're going to get there. Because there's no way US will sanction us. So what I say, there's no way US will sanction us. But US also no. This is a democratic government. Where you are given tacit approval to military takeover. Who does that? What is it? But however, they go wrong. When US
want to say your baby, I can't baby. Say one nane abwa amabwa one yabwa mabwa unchirabwa.
So we are saying say the
maybe,
best way for
but do you know that
democracy is to be friends with them?
But how can you get this audience from them if you're not?
If from day one, okay. Do I follow them at all? Travel had made it clear. So already there, even if they were even trying to exit from ECOWAS. When ECOWAS were even negotiating with them, say they should go back to. When say as we speak, he has extended it. Not so about trouble this year, but also when you trouble, what they call in 5 years time. Are you aware?
Okay, so it means there is some allowance. There is some room for, change for him to change his mind. No, because Anya share crown.
So the argument is that so you are not telling me say Obi Kobo Krono. We don't do that.
You are drawing conclusions based on what you believe because you don't know US for and try and find him say it is this. No, it is your conclusion.
Go to all the countries
Right, so
they
you
had these issues. Go to all the countries that has issues.
So deductions are why
US,
say.
No,
but honorable, these are your own deductions. So we'll build you on it. Don't let it look like it is an established fact. You get what I'm saying? Because we say, who can you not say now could because of this, that. But these are things that one can say what doing you. So what doing
I'm telling you, anything US apparition I say my names
are established fact.
Say
I look at US for punishing.
Let them bring the argument here.
Okay.
All
right.
Because of very say cool this into now who president is part of our constitution and nobody's talking.
Okay. Listen well.
Pato.
Yes, sir.
Am I yourself ne kasafidie titru kasamfoni so kita hodie no. Na sometimes me nim say ehun be hia say because of partisanship. Say multi-party democracy di aba say wo say ebi ayenya amayoko ahoro na obi anche na adwen na nsusuye ne tirimupo a enu nti e wo say ebi Ghana fo nyina so nto aba man nti no e wo say aba bia wo ho a whether good or bad once I saw your opposition in there I was so oppose bibi bia e koso wa ban nim obi anim Ghana ha say I never liked Ekufodo personally but so yeah ade na nya me kan ya na oya ade nso na osabasobode na me de ma no in some instances ebi no create me dwen say ene de na poku ebi kura opeso osa go back to NPP enye bibia is because sebi imperial san ya ma yosem na e wo say yetimi ehu ba bia sebi o ye ne obi nya adwen kura wo ba bia ye bo abaso Ora mahama oni trari num ne other cool leaders ni nyina kita hodie no on kan o ba bia da say o support cool making da na sebi penifo se obi nka se puduo nhye na se ehye ye di nedwo asemo a minua honorable aka no eni ba bia wontimi nya nyina so bia wo ba bia na se meni nyina so ne so no ete se de wadi ntro de agu pani hu fi
se be kan ka do so de which one na se nyina so o ka mi
tariffs here ba yi enye
Foreign relationship.
Do mahama ne wo relationship wo de tuo ko hye ne ha ena enu nti America hwe tuo ne so ena omo ye te se de honorary as if say ogina ho mpo na Trump kra take decision meanwhile he has no basis. It has no basis. Not one. Can he point to say, Adia Trump, Adia Bay, yeah, 15% tariff on export from Ghana. No? And you're based on ABC. Only back only one.
But also of countries.
You see, countries now. Cameroon president, on the contrary, almost showcase anywhere in the world. Say,
but I think
Nigeria president.
I never said Traore. Say co-leaders.
I'm trying to use your Traore. Nigeria. How the Nigerian president came at Traore publicly when he was ECOWAS chair. We came at him. Say ECOWAS was a good because of his very unpleasant nature of behavior. We all came at him. They told us 15%, no, and in relationship. It's some of these things you make things become so difficult for multi-party democracy. But sometimes I wish to send NPP to NPP because I mean, if you put out some of these baseless arguments,
this is a loose talk.
What is loose? Look at how loose you were when you were accusing your president, the first gentleman of the land. It's an international discourse. So be forward same way. No, the control. Do you know how you are going to impact Ghana negatively? You are sitting on TV.
But it's obvious.
It's very what is obvious. What is obvious?
He didn't invite Traore. Wango Burkina.
That only
Wango Burkina. Wango Burkina. A president ECOWAS has sanctioned.
No, but the arguments list well. Arguments list well. How about Nigeria and so publicly
look like I said some people should be outcast.
How is he an outcast?
How is Traore an outcast? And I said, you think Mahama behaves like Ekufodo?
Didn't ECOWAS sanction him? Two of us.
And we all came at ECOWAS. Because they are sanctioned, no?
It
was very needless and very
unwarranted. Your president is tacitly endorsed the military takeover.
How do you say so? How do you say so?
Tacitly endorsed. I gave one instance. He invited the inauguration, two of us.
Oh
yeah, he paid Burkina visit, two of us.
It will be telling one.
I didn't touch the approval.
He is one of the most respected leaders.
Mahama is my employer. I don't need.
Traoré remains one of the most respected leaders in the world. Traoré.
We lose stock. On what basis?
On what basis?
On what basis?
No, but Akufo did not.
On what basis? Somebody who has seen power through the back. One of the presidents in the whole world. This is a lose stock.
In a democracy. Akufo answer no be.
You see? You don't even know. Go and check. Go and check. How many people died?
Show me the record.
Go and
show me the record. So you know
can you imagine? You are going to find coup. You are going to find coup.
Oh, so you see?
You are going to find coup.
These are the same people who never learn from anything. They will continue with their misbehavior even in opposition. And Ghanaians are very onward lookers.
This is a loose talk. This is a loose talk.
You are more loose talker than I am.
This is a loose talk.
What the hell? President, UN Listen to the applause from across the world. How dare you? Gentlemen, mahama. How dare you?
Gentlemen.
The why not? Why won't I be treated? Especially when you are lying. When you are lying. A liar like you. 50%. How has that got to do with How has that got to do with
I was called to discuss the issue.
I just say what power you don't want to even learn how to behave well. Loose talker like you. You know who a loose talker is. You silly, you very useless guy.
Honorable, this is not about the two of you.
What nonsense?
What we are.
Do you understand the
why you are here?
Why you are you call me a silly fool?
Silly.
Yes, why am I stupid? Stupid boy.
A free hawk. Beginning of good things.
Part of the reasons why America for any issues are stolen vehicles. I call so abandoned that any pencil.
It could be one of the
No,
so man, so he's
no, he insulted me for
no, he's establishing.
Where did he get that?
I say he has done some work. He tell
okay,
no, but you will not do it under duress. He's speaking.
The CID director, in a very recent media encounter, expressed why chasing for stolen vehicles. Or Ghana and America relationship. If you don't listen to news, you come.
But he never said that was the reason. She never said that.
Ali, now listen. Ali too.
Even if
to simplify the matter, no. Me wo me fie. Na me hu se nkrofo be bokro no wo. Na me hu se wo dwa so ene e beto sakro no de na. Me no ntembe say.
I agree with you. So on the same note, se be sumo fie. And I'm the principal just be people for.
So that is
me against you also omana for now me so mbeti bafu.
Okay, well that is if the coup for no obodi mi bibia. So we make your point.
So you see when things that are very much of international come up for discussion. So do man and Kauman, Tina President Mills, in a very popular palace, do fiasem. Because when it gets to a point where you feel, say, Oko can be able to suggest Gunyo memoir. The best way is to do fiasem.
These are the people who were writing
they were
writing to high commissioners in this country. When did you realize
President Kufuor Kojina UN. The description he gave about Russia, just so that he will win some sympathy with America, and how it even later turned out, say, America,
was that in his speech or
it was in a speech?
In a private
It was in a speech. It was in a speech.
The U.S. president.
No, wait.
It was a private conversation somebody recorded and leaked. It wasn't in a speech.
Then offer 90 etukro. Now say, what family kro no a,